So in that plus or minus, square root of whatever it is for sine or cosine. So that means for sine, that in this case we're using x over 2. We're going to use a plus. And for cosine, x over 2, we're going to use a minus. Okay, so that's why up here we're going to use cosine x over 2, but we know that because we're in quadrant 2 for u over 2, we're going to use a minus. Square root 1 plus cosine x over 2. Alright, so that'll be a minus square root 1 plus. Now cosine up here is a negative, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that'd be negative 4 over 5. Okay, so we put in a negative 4 over 5 here, and that will be in over 2, and this 2 is in the radical sign. Okay, so that means we're going to change this to, let me do it cross, a negative, big square root here, and then we're going to change this 1 to a 5 over 5, right, minus 4 over 5, and that's all divided by 2. So that's going to be a negative square root 5 minus 4, that'll be 1/5. Trying to squeeze this in here, make a decent looking number here, over 2. So we're going to flip, and we're going to multiply the reciprocal of 2, right? So that would be a negative 1/5 times. Okay, now before we would divide, right? 1/5 divided by 2. So that would make it minus square root 1/5 times 2 over 1, or 1 over 2 rather. And so we get a negative square root 1 over 10. But we can't leave that radical in the denominator, right? We have to rationalize that. So that means we're going to split it, right? Square root 1, negative square root 1 over square root of 10. Well, square root 1, that's just 1, right? So we're going to rationalize that denominator, square root 10 over square root 10. And we get a negative square root 10 over 10. And that's our answer. Okay? Now, to find tangent, the half-angle formula for tangent is 1 minus cosine x, or u, really. You know, whatever you start with here. If this is an x, then that's an x. If you use u and u, you know, that's either case is fine. Over sine x. Okay, so this will be 1 minus, and we know cosine again is adjacent over hypotenuse. So this will be, let's look back up here at our triangle, negative 4 over 5. 1 minus a negative 4 over 5 over sine, right? And sine is opposite over hypotenuse, negative 3 over 5. Okay, so we have to simplify that. So this will become a plus here. we change the 1 to 5 over 5. Because we need a common denominator, right? So 5 plus 4, that'll be a 9 over 5. Divide by negative 3 over 5. Multiply the reciprocal, right? So we've got 9 over 5 times a negative 5 over 3. And so the 5's cancel, 3, and of course that'll be a negative 1 now. And 3 goes into 9, that's 3 times. So now we've got 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3. Okay, when you're canceling like this, you got to remember that when a negative number cancels with a positive number, that negative does not go away, so you have to change that to a negative 1.